Welcome back. You're watching Nation at 5. We're coming to you live from CNN News 18 Federal Bank Newsroom. Breaking news that's now coming in is from Canada. Remember, it is the anniversary, the 39th one, of the Kanishka bombing. While Khalistani separatists tried to foment trouble, unfortunately, they tried, but fortunately for India, they could not try and get into that trouble that they were. Families, in fact, of all those people who were there commemorating this anniversary pushed these separatists back. We're given to understand that several families of the Kanishka bombing victims who were in Canada marking the 39th anniversary, all of them pushed these back. Top government sources, in fact, now telling us that this is an open reflection of what really the community in Canada wants, and it's just these lumpen elements that really want to try and foment trouble, try and whip up this sentiment, but fail every single time. Anand, my colleague, now joining us, getting us more perspective. Anand, this is really the slap in the face that one would expect would come to the fore?
Well, this is the biggest rejection that has actually happened with Canadian Sikhs and Canadian individuals itself outrightly pushing away those who are wearing Nijar t-shirts and trying to disrupt their own protest against what is being displayed. Now, one big message to the world is that Canadian Sikhs do not endorse any thought or idea of Khalistan or separation or secession of Bharat. The other aspect is that this follows, letters being written by prominent Canadian individuals, Sikh individuals, Punjabi individuals, who've turned around and questioned the government itself, the Canadian government, as to how they could accord someone like a Hardeep Nijjar a minute of silence in the House of Commons on the 19th of June. An article that's been cited in the Globe and Mail in a letter, Radio India chief, managing director Maninder Gill has also written, saying, I'm so deeply disappointed that our own press is calling this person as someone who gave a call to arms. He was a violent extremist, and the House of Commons had stood observing a moment of silence with somebody who has rejected Canadian citizenship, who is a marked person. He has a red corner notice against him, and all of this is already documented and put out there. And why is it that something like this is happening? But the scenes that were witnessed, where Jews came out in support of Canadian, Indian origin, Canadian Indians, and stood there in solidarity against this kind of an extremism, and Canadian Sikhs outrightly turning this lot away, which tried to come there and said, you've got no place here, get out of here. And this is again going viral, and I think a big statement, and this is all happening in Surrey. This letter by Maninder Gill, written from Surrey, and Surrey is the Dashmish Gurdwara, where again most of the operatives and also those four who were handed out by the federal court itself, saying that you are on the no-fly zone. Nijjar was also on a no-fly list for a while. These people were there. They're all associated with certain members of the polity and NDP leader Jagmeet Singh, who is actually backing Justin Trudeau and supporting the current government. So all of this has now been put out there by the Canadian media, Canadian citizens, who are saying we reject this outrightly.
Unfortunately, though, for some reason, for political compulsions, really, the Canadian government continues to pander to these separatists. But Anand, thank you so much for getting us the latest on that. In fact, CNN News 18 has exclusively accessed what exactly transpired when these Khalistani elements and separatists tried to foment trouble there, how they were pushed back. Take a look.
We are here for the specific reason.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, look me in the eye. Stare me in the eye. Get out of here.
Sardar's community, whether it is in the army, whether it is in the navy, whether it is in the public domain, nobody supports any separate idea. No, that is the truth.
That's a lie.
That is the truth. That is the truth. It's being used to undermine India. And that is something that the West has always done. The minute they see that a country is becoming powerful, they try to bring it down.
I'm questioning why the federal government is not here today to recognize 331 people, 285 Canadians that perished from Vancouver, and what makes one person stand out and have a moment of silence when we haven't resolved this issue.
Shifting focus now.